What's going on YouTube? Doug Smith here, and it is really hot out. And when you kind of start thinking about lawn care and you start thinking about these 97, 98 degree days, you kind of start rethinking about, am I wasting money? Am I wasting time? Everything's drying out. It's starting to brown up a little bit. Did I do something wrong? Did I miss something? And I just wanted to give you guys a video just to kind of go over that and what you can do. That's coming up. Now with the temperatures getting a little crazy outside, I don't want you to feel like you did something wrong along the way, and you know, you get this kind of looking thing when you hit these high temperatures. It's kind of like inevitable, imminent. It's gonna happen when it gets really hot. In fact, there's a temperature range, I would say, a temperature range for each type of grass, and it's pretty tight. It's pretty close. I mean, some grasses can handle a little bit hotter temperatures, but most of the time, once you start dipping into the high 90s, things just kind of slow down. So yeah, when you start dipping into high temperatures, and more importantly, high humidity, when you get humidity levels that are very high, plants, any type of plant material, whether it's grass or a tree or a vegetable plant or whatever it is that you're trying to sustain or you know, boost up, whatever it is, there's a humidity level where the plant can no longer perspire. Some plants, you know, tropical rainforest type of plants can handle unusually high temperatures, but they have, you know, they have their own environment, and they're only going to grow where they can, you know. That's kind of the way it works in the rainforest. But this isn't the rainforest. This is where we're actually making plans of what we're going to put down and how we're going to do it and how it's all going to come together. So when you're starting to go through this process and you hit a certain temperature and the days are only going to get hotter, and you realize you're starting to dry out a little bit, don't freak out. You know, obviously keep watering. You know, it's not going to hurt. And of course, I have a plane coming over. But don't freak out, because that's what happens. It's kind of why I like lawn care. You kind of get 2 times of the year where you can just, you know, you can really do it out, overseed, you know, put your nutrients, your nitrogen, your fertilizer, all that fun stuff. But you're going to hit a point in the summer where, I'm just going to say it myself, don't waste any money putting extra stuff down. You know, I mean, this yard right now is currently all in clay, and being that the way the road kind of grades down this way, it's all asphalt, and so it's actually only like maybe a ½ inch to 1 inch of dirt all the way out to here, and that's why a lot of this kind of dried out real quick. Dirt will hold moisture pretty good. Clay, kind of, but clay, I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. It makes you slip and fall when it's wet, and if you try to run across it, especially when you're running from bees. I don't know if you guys know about the whole bee thing. I'm not a fan. They're great. I'm not saying get rid of them. I'm just saying they need to buzz away from me. That's all. But when you try to renovate a yard and you're still using whatever soil, or you know, you're doing amendments to what's already, you know, there, you're going to end up fighting, I guess, for territory for certain types of grasses. You got, you know, a variation of different grasses, and old roots and new roots, and you know, sections where the dirt's too low and, you know, dirt's too compacted here, too loose here, you know. So, you know, overall, if you've somewhat done some stuff, you laid some new seed, you put some, you know, fertilizer, maybe more Milorganite, or maybe Ringer's starter fertilizer, maybe you've done something along those lines and you got pretty good results like I did, great, awesome, power to you. Matter of fact, maybe post some pictures in the comment section, you know, and I'd love to check them out. Maybe I'll feature some of them in the video with permission, of course. But overall, summer, you're going to start going through these heat spells and things are going to start drying out. And in my case, because I have clay, and you know, I conditioned it with tons of soap, which I made a video previous to this one talking about that. You know, this is just what you run into. So don't panic, don't freak out, just kind of look ahead and make preparation really for the fall to come up, because that's when you can really, you know, like, we'll put it this way, right now I can go ahead and start looking at the grass seed I want to put for next year, which I'm kind of a big fan of the heat tolerant blue mix that Scouts makes, because it's got a nice array of fescues, and I don't know if it's Kentucky bluegrass, but it's some variation of bluegrass. And honestly, I probably sound stupid. Maybe that's the only type, I don't know. But I like the way it came up. I like the way it thickened. And I like the color of it when it's, you know, got good nutrients and everything. Aside from that, I'm gonna have to do some like top dressing with dirt, and I'm gonna try to mess around with different things that I can find out that might hold moisture the longest. I hear peat moss is great. Cocoa, I don't know if I will use a whole bunch of cocoa, but it does help keep the medium nice and loose. So I mean, there's a variation of different things I'm gonna do. And in the long run, like I said, all this is gonna get wiped out with a glyphosate treatment, front yard and backyard, and definitely cut all that stuff back. Like if you look from the front of the truck, it's bad. If you look from the front of the truck straight back, that's the property line, kind of. But it's not on this side of the truck. It's like maybe 10 feet from the side of the other side of the truck that goes straight back. That's property line, and that's all the stuff I got to cut back, except for this guy, because that's our pear tree. That guy right there, and it's doing quite nice right now. This year we didn't get hit with the frost, so we got a lot of veg growing back there, and it's, you know, it's gonna get cut down eventually, but fall is the time to do it. So right now in preparation, this is where I'm gonna start doing research on what types of dirts are gonna hold the most type of water, what type of additives, what type of fertilizers for late season, pre-emergence, if it's something I need to apply this year in preparation for the next fall, or if I should wait, you know, just all that. So if you're at this point in the year and you're like, yes, I want to get my yard looking great, you know, having summer cookouts and stuff, don't stress it too bad. Cut high. Longer grass blades handle the heat better than a short blade. You know, they're more mature, they can handle it better. Other than that, I would just say, you know, keep an irrigation. Don't worry about watering in the daytime. Everybody says don't water at daytime, you're gonna burn the grass. I do it all the time. I haven't had any issues. The lawn care not even, you know, suggests that watering with like a mist kind of way for, you know, 10-15 minutes per section of yard, or however you do it, is a good way to cool the dirt temperature down, because the soil temperature is really what the temperature is for the grass. The core of them, their vitals are all underground, just like our vitals are inside. You know, what we feel on the outside on our skin is kind of like what they feel with the blade, but all the stuff really happens in the soil. So this is where you prep for getting better soil, how you're going to do it, how much you need, you know, and start putting prices together. And this is where maybe through the rest of this month, July, and maybe moving into August, I'll start, you know, making purchases of different seeds and everything along the way. So like I said, don't freak out if you get some brown spots. If you want to continue watering, be my guest, nothing wrong with that. Cut high, cut often, and I guess that would be it for this point. And really, it's just so hot out right now. I think I'm having a brain fart. So should something else come up, I'll make another video. I hope this one was informative to you guys, anyone out there trying to do this. And you know, if it's too hot in general, don't kill yourself. Please don't kill yourself out in the sun. It's too hot sometimes, and you just got to let it be. But from there, if you guys like this, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications of all the new videos, and swing by the channel, check out, see if there's something else you like. Otherwise, we'll see you guys on the next video.